This is Skateboarding Made Simple Volume 7, The Basics on a Mini Ramp. My name is Kyro. I've been skateboarding for over 20 years and I've taught thousands upon thousands of people how to skateboard. We've done so many different in-person, on-video, online lessons. It's incredible. In this video, we're going to explain the different parts of a mini ramp. Then we're going to cover pumping and kick turns in a mini ramp, the drop-in, rock to fakie, rock and roll, tail stall, front side and backside 50-50, front side and backside 5-0 stall, feeble stall, no stall and no stall revert. And then we're going to go over a section of putting all of these tricks together and how you're going to use that base of tricks to build more and more and more tricks and further progress in your ramp skating. These are beginner tricks, the most basic fundamental tricks that you can do in a mini ramp. We thought of the easiest tricks and that's what we are going for in this video, specifically to give you a very good fundamental base in ramp skating. So if you learn these ones really well, they are going to be your ramp fundamentals. Now I want to point out a couple things. There are big differences between street skating and ramp skating. For those of you who know me well, you know me as a street skater, not necessarily a ramp skater. So it's kind of interesting because this could be your very first volume of Skateboarding Made Simple. This for us is volume number 7. We have many earlier videos that cover many different tricks in street skating, but this is our first Skateboarding Made Simple fully dedicated to skating a mini ramp. Some people will start out skateboarding on a mini ramp. Some people are going to learn how to drop in on a mini ramp before they ever learn how to ollie. With that being said, I just want to point out that you could start completely fresh as your first Skateboarding Made Simple volume, completely learning with this video. You could get a skateboard, you could get a mini ramp, or you could go to the skate park and use your mini ramp, and you could learn on that. That could be the first time you start skating. Maybe you're like me and you've been skating street for a long time and you want to learn more tricks on the mini ramp. No matter which way you're going with it, we are going to, in this video, teach you the fundamentals. We are not going to get into any intermediate or advanced tricks. That will be a future Skateboarding Made Simple volume, which I 100% guarantee you we will make. But for this video specifically, these are the rock bottom basics. I wanted to give you guys a good foundation so you can learn how to do tricks and you can build from there. That's Skateboarding Made Simple Volume 7. We're really excited to teach you guys these tricks. Let's go. So this thing you see right here is what we call a mini ramp. And I want to go over the different parts and explain what each piece is, so that when I'm explaining the tricks and I say something like, step your foot onto the deck, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we'll start right there. The deck is the top of the ramp right here. This is the flat section, that's where you start. Then you have the transition, which is the actual curvature of the ramp. That is this part right here. In between the deck and the transition, you have this metal pipe. That is called the coping. So when I say your truck is gonna hit the coping like this, or this is the angle you need to hit the coping at, you know that I mean that piece of metal in between the transition and the deck. Then you have in between both of the transitions, you have the flat bottom. Pretty self-explanatory. It is just simply the flat bottom. Now ramps come in all different shapes and sizes. You have some that have very steep transition, and if the transition goes up to where it's straight up and down, that's what's called vert, short for vertical. So when somebody says, hey, he really killed that trick on the vert ramp, they're talking about a ramp that is such a steep transition that it goes straight up and down. Ramp that we have in here, it is a mini ramp, meaning it's mini. If you compare this to a vert ramp, this is extremely mini. It's very small compared to a vert ramp. A vert ramp is generally 13 feet tall. This particular mini ramp that we're using today is the Braille House mini ramp. One side of it, the small side, which we're going to be doing all of our tricks on today, is 3 feet tall. Just a 3-foot side, and then we have a 4-foot side. Our particular ramp on the 3-foot side is 8 feet wide, and on the 4-foot side is 10 feet wide. So the total width of this ramp is 18 feet wide. You can get various kits for ramps online, and you can actually buy this full mini ramp and you can assemble it yourself, or you can have somebody else assemble it. Or usually, if your local skate park is halfway decent, they have some sort of ramp or a bowl or various apparatus where you're going to be able to get in there and learn all of these tricks. So that's the basics of the mini ramp. That is your basic explanation of the obstacle that we're going to be using for this video. So let's get started on some actual tricks.